Okay, number one, we're going to solve the system by substitution. We have equation 1 and equation 2, and we already have y equals something, right? We are told that y equals 4x. And so what you need to do is plug that into the other equation right here in for y. Okay, so in the second equation, you're going to have x plus what y is. What is y? Y is 4x. Okay, and that's equal to 5. Okay, combine like terms, you have an x and a 4x, right? X and 4x is 5x. 5x equals 5. Divide both sides by 5 to solve for x. And so x equals 1. Okay, now that we have x, how do we get y? Well, right here it says y equals something, right? It says y equals 4x. So let's copy that equation over here. This is equation 1. Y equals 4x, and I'm going to take x and plug it in right here to get y. Okay, so y equals 4 times x, or 4 times 1, because x is 1, and 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, so we have an x and we have a y. The last step is to write our solution as an xy order pair. So put x first, x is 1, y is 4, a comma in between them, and then parentheses around the order pair. So 1, 4 is the solution. Okay, number 2, we have equation 1 on top and equation 2 on bottom. Do you already have x or y equals something? You should say no, right? But in equation 2 right here, you do have y by itself. It just has a coefficient of -2. No other variable has a coefficient of +1, right? This 2y has a coefficient of 2. This 3x has a coefficient of 3. This 3x has a coefficient of 3. So how about let's just in equation 2, let's copy it down and solve for y. So -2y equals 8 plus 3x. If we solve for y, we would divide every term by the number in front of y, which is -2. So I divide every term by -2, so those -2's cancel. And y equals 8 over -2 is -4. And then you have 3 over -2, or -3 over 2x, right? Don't forget your x. So this is what y equals. Y equals -4 minus 3/2 x. We're going to take that and plug it into the other equation. This was equation 2. So take equation 1 and plug that in for y. So equation 1, copy it down, 2y plus 4 plus 3x equals 0. Okay, and we're going to take this and plug it in right here for y. So this will give us 2y, or 2 times what y is, and y is -4 minus 3/2 x. I bring the plus 4 down, bring the plus 3x down, bring the equal sign down, bring the 0 down. Okay, let's distribute. 2 times -4, that's -8. 2 times -3/2. These -2's would cross simplify, and you would be left with -3x. Bring the plus 4 down, bring the plus 3x down, bring the equal sign down, bring the 0 down. Okay, combine like terms, you have a -3x and a +3x. Those cancel, right? Those are opposite terms. And so what you have is you also have a -8 and a +4. That'd be -4, right? Does -4 equal 0? No, it doesn't, right? So this tells us there is no solution. If you have a number equal to a different number, no solution. If a number equals the same number, infinitely many. But in this case, some number equals a different number, no solution. Okay, so there's no solution to the system. Okay, number 3, you have equation 1 and equation 2. Do you already have x equals something or y equals something? You do, right? In equation 1, you already have that y equals 3x plus 8. So take that and plug it into the other equation. Plug it into equation 2 right there for y. Okay, so let's copy equation 2 down. Equation 2 is 5x plus 2y equal 5. And now I'm going to plug this 3x plus 8. I'm going to plug that in for y. So I have 5x plus 2 times what y is. Y is 3x plus 8. So notice how I did not write the y. I wrote what y is. Y is equal to, y is the same thing as 3x plus 8. That's what it's telling me. I bring the equal sign down and bring the 5 down. Okay, I have to distribute right here. I'm going to show the rainbow to distribute. So I bring the 5x down. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 8 is 16. So I put plus 16, right? It's positive 16. Bring the equal sign down, bring the 5 down. Combine like terms, you have 5x and 6x, that is 11x. Bring the plus 16 down, bring the equal sign down, bring the 5 down. Because your x is on the left, get the numbers on the right side, so subtract 16 from both sides. So those 16s cancel, and 11x equals 5 minus 16, that's negative 11, right? Solve for x by dividing both sides by 11. Those 11s simplify to 1, and so x is negative 1, right? Negative 11 divided by 11, x is negative 1. Now that we have x, we need y. Do we have y equals something? Do we have y equals something? Do you see an equation that says y equals something? Yep, right there, equation 1. So it's copied over here, equation 1. Y equals 3x plus 8. And we now have x. X is negative 1. So we're going to take negative 1 and plug it in right there for x. And so y equals 3 times x, or 3 times negative 1 plus 8. So y equals 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Still going to add 8. And negative 3 plus 8 is 5. Okay, so the last step is to write your solution as an xy ordered pair. So that'd be negative 1, 5. Solution is negative 1, comma, 5. Ordered pairs are put in parentheses.